Hello and welcome back to Lord Fenton Gaming's Don't Panic series. I'm your host, Lord Fenton's Don't Panic series. We're going to go ahead and talk about Assassin's Creed 2. So you're wondering, how am I going to survive this game? How do I ditch these guards? Why are there so many behind me? How do I climb walls? How do I basically survive? And most importantly, how do I kill my target? Do not panic. Help is on the way. With this guide, you become a full-fledged assassin in no time. Now, the very first thing when you get into free roam in Florence, Italy, is to get used to the controls. This way you could know the game better. So first of all, I'm going to say the left thumbstick is to look around, and right is to move. Yeah, see, I'm just doing the left thumbstick. I'll eventually will move around with the right thumbstick, but I'm going to go ahead and go through each of the controls. Now, the left trigger, yeah, that's LT. Or if you're playing the PlayStation version, that's R2, is the target. You hit that once to target, hold it again to release. Very simple. See, I'm just doing some targeting. So remember when to target your certain targets, so this way you can assassinate them. Now, next step is the R trigger, or say right trigger, is to go into high profile mode and low profile mode. I will touch on that later on, so that's a difference there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just say is the directional buttons your quick items. So, for example, if you want to heal up, go ahead and just do those. And if for the right button, yeah, RB, that's your item menu you get to pull up. Also, you equip your weapons and armor too. Right now, we start out with the good old fist. Later on, you get the hidden blade and more. Now, what I was doing just now was eagle vision. That could be both in high and profile modes. So this way you could tell who's a friendly, who's a target, and if there's anything else hidden. Now, I just did a punch, so yeah, that's the punch button. After that, in low profile mode, also just to swat people away gently. You can also loot bodies once you defeat foes in low profile mode, and pick up bodies. My advice on that is just put them in hay bales, so you'll hide them. And fast walk is there. In low profile mode, you can steal in low profile mode too. Now, I just switched to high profile mode. Punch, eagle vision is the same. There's a grab now in high profile mode and gas, so this way you could grab people and throw them. There's also jump too, so you can jump to the walls, and plus there's a sprint too. So that's the setup for high profile mode. I'll try go into great detail on the low profile mode versus high profile mode, and I'm just showing you all right now is stealing. Yeah, that's another thing I'll point out too. So just be careful on that. And I'm going to show you what is next after I'm done running around, which is the map. So you just hit the one, let's see here on my Xbox One controller. You hit the back button on there, and that will do is pop up your map. Now the start button pops up your menu. Now the menu looks bare for now, but as soon as you get further into the game, yeah, you'll see more options in the menu. Other than that, that is it for the how the controls work. I'm going to go to the next portion of this video, and here we go. I decided to tie in UI and shops because we're actually going to go shopping during the UI thing. Before we do all that, here's what the UI looks like when you explore the world. I did a freeze frame. Now the upper left-hand corner, that's your notoriety around your character profile picture. If it goes all red, guards will be actually looking for you, looking to kill you. And right of that is your health bar. So more armor you get, that's much better. That health bar will be increased. You'll see that later on in the course of this video. Now on the upper right, those are your commands from high profile mode and low profile mode. The lower left, that's your current weapon you have and how much money too. And the lower right, that's the map. So that map will be very useful when you want to look for things, or if, for example, you want to look for the main story mission, by the way, which is a diamond with an exclamation point. So let's go ahead and go over the rest of the UI. Now it is time to look at the map. So when you're on the map, you want to do is mark certain locations. For example, if you want to look for sync points, go ahead and mark it. Or in my case, we're going to go ahead and go to the art shop. So what I'm going to do is mark that right now, and here we go. That is how the map UI works. So now I got the location marked. So when I go back onto the view, you'll see on the mini map is the distance where our marked area is at. For this case, I accidentally marked the what do you call it, medical shop, where you buy medicine. I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and shop near the art shop. So as you progress further into the sequences for Assassin's Creed 2, more items will appear in these shops. So remember that right now it's not much, but still I'm going to quickly show you all how the shop system works. Go ahead and use the speak button, and we're going to go ahead and purchase a treasure map. Now, treasure maps in this game will reveal all hidden stuff, except for a few hidden things you got to discover on your own. So there you go. So now all the treasure is there for us to get. It might be a small investment at first, but later on you'll get a lot of money. That's one way to actually make money. I'll devolve into that more. So you want to do is just follow the icon to the nearest treasure. I'm going to show you all how to loot that up before I show you the rest of the UI, which includes the menu. So we're almost there, and we're going to go ahead and just grab some loot. Yep, there's one. We're going to be careful. Climb on down. And there you go. We're just going to simply get ourselves some loot thanks to us buying the map at the art shop. There are also other shops too you could get. For example, there's a blacksmith that you get certain weapons and armor, which you will need. You'll need money. And there is the doctors. There's also upgrades you could buy too. So this next part of the UI we're going over right now is the menus. Now, this menu right here, what we are looking at is the DNA. That's the sequences you can replay. Now, great news about Assassin's Creed 2 is there's no challenge stuff. Now, this next point is viewpoints. This way, when you sync viewpoints, you get the more of the map revealed to you. That's really good. Get those. In fact, get them all. Now, races, those are certain side missions, side activities to do. That's treasures. More treasure you get, more will be added on there. You should always look for treasure. And this menu is the armor menu. I'll reveal a little bit more on that when I get to the equipment part of the video. That's your weapons. For now, you start out with fist. Later on, you get some good things, including the hidden blade. I'll talk more about that. There's your supplies. Right now, you start with medicine. Later on, you get the good stuff. There's items too, secrets you have to find, including feathers. There's outfits, including the Altair one. I could wear that if I want to, but nah, I'm just going to keep to my original outfit. So that's how the menu system works. This is your map. That's another way to access it instead of hitting the back button on your Xbox 360 controller. This is your database. Now your database is just review what you places you went to, location, type of people, targets, friendlies, and more. Yeah, see, we're looking at our society, contacts. And when it does open up, it gives you some nice history. So if you want to take a break from reading history, go ahead and do so. Also, or if you want to look at characters, do the same too. Now it's location. This will tell you what location you discover. Now there's some kind of eye thing. That's a secret you got to find. I'll give you one hit. Use Eagle Vision. Now next one is the truth. That's a special thing. And this is your user manual. Now, if your first time playing, I'll probably say is take like at least 5-10 minutes, just read that over. This is your option menu. It sets up options like resolution, graphics, and etc. Now, my final advice is for UI, just take a few minutes to get used to it. Also, shops, go ahead and buy things you need, including upgrades, armor, and more. Now, in the world of Assassin's Creed 2, there are two profiles, high profile and low profile. Now, if you want to be really sneaky, or if you want to do certain assassinations that are low profile, go ahead and do those types. Also, if you want to steal things, that's a good idea to do that too. While high profile mode, yeah, you could climb, run, jump. Now, the difference between the two is low profile mode, you have to move a little bit more slower. Yep, you'll be less likely to be detected by guards if they're in your range. Now, as for a high profile mode, you'll be easily more detected. However, you move around a lot quicker, even climb walls. So you saw what I did was just steal just now. Well, that was in low profile mode. Now, good news is in high and low, Eagle Vision helps. So remember that. You can also detect on how to actually go in high or low. So I'm in low profile mode right now. I cannot climb the wall. Only way to do is, you guessed it, high profile mode. So you could do is drop down or jump up there. Now later on you get some nice upgrades to help you with your climbing. So in high profile mode, just remember one thing. Yeah, just gotta be careful, because if you're not, you're a little bit too loose on that, yeah, you could sometimes fall off. hurt yourself, or even worse, kill yourself. So all I'm doing right now is just running around the rooftops in high profile mode and enjoying myself. Now, you see this spot here? Well, this is a spot where you get to jump down. You can also jump to other parts of the roof too. That's if it's too dangerous. So when you jump down, you do a leap of faith. Yeah, you'll jump in the, for example, these hay bales or hay carts. So just remember that. So if you need to somehow get from high to low, well, this is good too. Instead, just keep on dropping down. So what I'm about to do right now is go ahead, after I'm messing around. My final advice is simple. If you want to reach more places and climb, high is perfect. While low profile, you could be sneaky and avoid detection a lot more. Here's a quick note about detection in Assassin's Creed 2. There are two phases in order to get detected. Yellow means foes are looking for you. Full red means it's, they found you and it's combat time. So low profile mode, the meter slowly fills up. High profile mode, it fills quicker. So know your detection and know where your foes are at. So what happens is after your detection mode goes from full yellow when they're looking for you to full red, guess what? It is combat time. So there are ways to do combat. You could just attack. Eventually foes will defeat you. You could do counterattacks like I'm doing right now. When you do a counterattack, you sometimes instantly defeat foes or weaken them. Also, you could dodge and grab too. So if you need to grab certain foes, go ahead and do so. If you need to dodge certain foes, definitely do so. So what I'm going to do right now is just show you one more set of combat. While I'm doing that, I'm going to give everybody some simple advice and sometimes what weapons you want to use. Now, fist is good for non-lethal takedowns. Why the hidden blade and other weapons is good for lethal takedowns. So just remember on if you want to kill your foes or not. And if your foe's been killed non-lethally, you could kill them lethally afterwards. So remember that. And another thing is, after you win the battle, it's a great idea to sometimes loot things up. And do use quick items in case things are going bad for you. For example, medicine to heal up and smoke bombs to get away. So let's talk about escaping next. I forgot one more tip. Hide the bodies like I'm doing. Otherwise, there'll be patrols detecting other bodies and they'll be looking for you. So at times when you get in combat, things are looking bad for you. It is time to bail. You have no medicine. You're low on health. Well, guess what? You have to escape. Otherwise, enemies will find you. They'll still chase you. And eventually, they will kill you. So I'm doing a sample right now on how to escape. So I trigger combat. You could do is climb up on buildings. Now later on, it'll be a little bit more dangerous because the archers are there. Do not go into desync areas. I'll explain more during the exploration portion of the video. So you see that yellow radius. That's where the foes are at now looking for you. I'm out of that radius. I'm about to do is trigger the green. When it's green, it is safe. So here's the deal. You can also hide in hay bales like this. You can sit on benches where people are if you're far away from enemies chasing you. There's also, you could blend into crowds too. So know what places you could hide and stay there until the red alert is all over with. So right now I am basically safe. I could get out and just explore like normal. Let's go ahead and talk about the tools of the trade in Assassin's Creed. When you sometimes get your supplies there in bullets and more. So I'm going to show you what type of weapons, armor, and tools you could use in the game. Now, please note the money thing is not in there. I'll show you that towards the end of this portion of the video. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is your supplies, aka your tools that you could use to help you assassinate target or targets, in case there are many. So let's go ahead and look at the first supplies, shall we? The throwing knife is a range damage weapon. You could toss it at foes. It'll take at least 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4 hits to take down certain foes like archers. These are actually very good if you want to go low profile on the roof and just toss knives at foes. And it's pretty decent to start out with. So next up is poison. Good idea is go in low profile mode, poison a foe, walk away, watch them go berserk, kill a few innocent people and their own guards before dying to the poison. This one's a really nice assassination in case you want to go low profile and just let the poison do the work. Now next up is bullets. That's for your gun. I'm going to say this right now. There's not much bullets in the game. However, you do is you shoot a foe. If you aim, hit, it'll make a high impact noise, yet you get your target down. I'm going to say it's useful for a few instances, but out of the supplies you get, it's not much. Now, smoke bombs. These suckers are really good. You could do is throw a smoke bomb, immediately escape, look for a place to hide, or throw a smoke bomb and start doing some assassinations. Extremely useful. Make sure you keep these supplied at all cost. Now, last but not least is medicine. It basically heals you up. You definitely want plenty of medicine. And it's really useful on situations when you're down and you just need a quick pick-me-up. Other than that, there are some, shops that will upgrade your supplies so you can hold more. You start out, for example, with 5 medicine. Later on, you'll get up to 15. So let's go ahead and talk about weapons. I'm going to go over many of them and the types. So here we go in this category. Now, remember the bullets I talk about? Well, that's where you use the bullets for the pistol. Load that up. High profile kill, really. And it does take down a target. I'm going to say is don't use it a lot, except for only on certain missions. There's 1, 2 of them in the game, so don't worry about that much. So after the pistols are your small weapons. Yeah, those like knives. They're alright for deflection and etc. Still, the medium-sized to two-handed weapons are much better if you can go that route. So after the what we call small weapons, we're going to go ahead and talk about the other one, which is the medium to large weapons. Those are actually very good, easier to deflect, to counter, and more. They're very powerful. You should use those quite often. If you don't want to use your hidden blade for countering, still, they are great to have. You could buy many weapons at shops, which is good. Now, next up is your fist. Now, your fist is alright. It's good for non-lethal takedowns. So if you want to use that, go ahead. And those stats I show you is damage, deflection, and more. Yeah, just pay attention to those depending on your style you want to tailor to. Now, the middle citrus is an upgrade. I won't explain that. You'll discover that on your own. Now, in Assassin's Creed 2 is the double blade. Now, in the first game was the assassination blade or the hidden blade. You do 1 assassination. Well, guess what? You do in 2. You can take down 2 targets at once. It's a very powerful tool for instant kills. Plus, you can do this in low profile, so you kill someone and walk away. Now, next I'm going to do is briefly touch up on armor. And here we go. Now, throughout the course of the game, you will find armor. Right now, when you start out, you will not find much protection, not much in hit point increase. Later on, you get more protection and a lot more hit points, as you will see later on in the course of this video. So that's about it for equipment and more. And one more thing I'm going to show everybody is the money. So here's what's great about money. If you want to cause a crowd, simply grab money while you're being chased, throw it. Whole bunch of people will swarm that cash. You'll lose cash, however, it's a great way to escape. So my advice about tools, weapons, and armor: use the tools that tailors to certain situations. Use weapons that feels alright for your style. If you love the hidden blade, keep on using that. And keep on constantly upgrading armor. So that's about it for this section. Let's get to the next part. Now, in this next section, I decided to dedicate to the hidden blade. So one of the best ways to actually assassinate your targets besides using items and weapons is the hidden blade. So for instance, you could do for the hidden blade is climb on the roof like I am, wait for MDU to get to the ledge and stab them down. Yeah, see, they are assassinated. Just get away from the scene so you don't get detected. Now, the hidden blade could be used in high profile mode. I'll quickly demonstrate that. I'm just looking for a nice archer to go ahead and stab. And I think I see one now. So you run, you can hit the hidden blade near a foe, you can jump on them and you stab them. So my advice about the hidden blade is simply know when to use it to assassinate your targets, and know when to switch to another weapon. So I felt like overall the hidden blade is one of the best weapons in the entire game if you know how to use it well. There are ways to travel around Italy in Assassin's Creed 2. You could go to the edge of the area and just travel out of there and pick on the world map, or pay this fellow here at this shop a bunch of money just to go ahead and fast travel. So more places you discover, more you can fast travel. So you get through more sequences, new places will open up to you. So simply pick the location you want to go, like I am doing right now. You'll get to a load screen, and it won't be that bad. And we have arrived at our destination, which is Florence. So I'm going to go ahead and get to the next section. Now, in Assassin's Creed 2, Notoriety is how much trouble you could cause before the guards actively start looking for you or attack you on sight. So here's the deal on the, where the little assassin icon's at, in the upper left-hand corner. Well, that's red. If that fills all the way, enemies will attack you. How do I get rid of it, or at least leave parts of it? Simple. Wanted poster, bribe heralds, or assassinate certain officials. So we saw a wanted poster. When you tear one down, that's negative 25% on notoriety. And that red bar is gone. It's back to all normal. So I'm going to show you other ways through text and explain about them. So here we go. Now, there are 3 ways to remove notoriety, and depends on what you do and the value it does decrease it. Now, simply removing wanted posters give you negative 25% notoriety, while bribing heralds will be a negative 50% notoriety. And the best way to get rid of a whole bunch of notoriety is assassinating officials. They have a special icon on the map. Once you see them, go ahead and kill them, and it's negative 75% on the notoriety. So look for these 3 types of things depending on how much notoriety you have. Go for the high value ones if it's 75% or a full circle. Now, in the world of Assassin's Creed 2, there are places to explore and more. I'm also going to briefly touch up on Death 2. So there are ways to die in the game if you get killed by guards or falling from a very high height. Well, you get desynchronized, and it starts at the last checkpoint. So if you travel too far in an area, you get desynchronized. You kill 2 innocents, you get desynchronized. Now, as for exploring, you definitely want to explore it, because you could get some of the best weapons and armor in the game just by simply exploring and doing certain things. Also, you could get more chests like I showed you. And there's other ways to get some good things. There's also side missions you could do, which are really fun. And there's our sync points to explore. You're saying, why are you doing all this climbing? Well, it is very important to get sync points. It'll reveal new things, so you could check them all out, and much, much more. Now, you just have to be careful when climbing, because if you decide to mess around too much, you'll fall from a high distance. You die, get desynchronized. So just remember this. There's also some secrets if you decide to explore with eagle vision. Look for those. I'm not telling you all how to do that. You'll just have to discover that on your own. It's a very nice bonus. So I'm doing right now is climbing. So while I'm climbing, I'm going to go ahead and talk about one topic while you explore around. Yeah, exploration. This game is great on a historical level. You see the Assassin's Creed series, you get to actually climb places that are real today, some of them. That are still standing. This is wonderful. So if you, for example, you like to climb, say, the Colosseum of Rome, even though it's not in this game, well, you could do it in the Assassin's Creed series. 2 has some great places in Italy to climb. You can even find some goodies if you just climb. So what I'm doing right now is I'm almost there climbing, so I'm just keep on climbing, and still just explore. Just lose yourself in the game while you explore. You may never know. And yeah, I'm almost going to be there now. So what I'm going to do is just skip ahead towards the me climbing to the top. So once you get near the point where you have to sync, well, you need to do is go to this ledge-like thing. Press the synchronize button. You'll see a little scene like this. That means you get a nice overlook of area. Now, when you do sink a tower or area, well, new things will get revealed on the map. So it will not be in a fog of war at all, which is very good. And you could even do other things. It sometimes will reveal other sync points. So my final advice is about desynchronization and exploring. Yeah, go ahead and do it. I mean, it's great. And just be careful. And don't assassinate any innocents. And one more thing is have fun exploring. This game is rich in history, and you just should look at the historical buildings and just enjoy it. In Assassin's Creed 2, in order to buy your upgrades, weapons and armor, and other things, well, you're going to need money. You heard me right. You're going to need lots of money. So you see the money on the lower left-hand corner of the UI. Well, you're going to need a lot of that in the game. So I'm going to show everybody a quick way to make some nice early money on without that notoriety meter going up. Yeah. You see, during the tutorial story, or to say the tutorial sequence 1, well, guess what? That notoriety will not pop up yet. So you could just do is just steal like crazy. And you could do this for at least like a half hour to make some great cash. So what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and steal from these nice marks. I'll return in about a half hour. That is how you make a lot of money in Assassin's Creed 2 very early on without the notoriety system popping up. Just simply steal from people. I am almost at 10K within a half hour's worth of time. I could have done this within an hour. I would definitely made about over 20K. So yeah, you're definitely going to need cash. And this is a good way to do it without the notoriety system popping up, since that's another sequence you'll get introduced to that. Other than that, that is it for on money and how to make it early on. Here's some final advice. Do all side activities, side missions, and fun before doing story missions, because you're not going to return to certain areas until later on parts of the game. There's post-game, so don't panic if you miss anything. Always upgrade your weapons and armor via buying them or go looking for them. And know when to fight, know when to retreat, know where to hide to. And if you're going to be using my money trick, go ahead and do so. It really helpful at the start until you get to a certain location later on. One more tip, have fun. Well, this is it for my Don't Panic Assassin's Creed 2 New Player Video Guide. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you like what you see, check out my suggestions on the upper left-hand corner or YouTube suggestions of one of my videos on the upper right-hand corner. Have a wonderful day or night. Please stay safe.